Hey everybody, I'm wearing a full face toboggan, so excuse the weird sound of my voice, but anyways, we're at a traffic signal that the inductive loop detectors are too unsensitive to register my bicycle. And of course I'm riding an aluminum GMC Denali road bike. And normally I don't have this problem. With this particular light, the sensors are paved over, which is one thing, but they are too unsensitive. Normal traffic signals use inductive loop detectors, pretty much metal detectors, to detect a waiting vehicle to tell the light to change. And in the signal control box you have adjustment controls to tell, more or less to tune the sensitivity to how good it will detect any kind of metal. When these sensors are not turned up high enough to detect a waiting bicycle or any other small vehicle, this is what happens. You get to sit here and you notice in the video, you might be able to see, it's letting the left turning car go first. Which, if this light detected my bicycle, the whole light would have changed and let me go. So I'm going to try laying the bike on its side as soon as these cars clear. Okay, they have no left turning motors. Of course, this light is in night mode, so once this vehicle pulls up, you'll see the light change for them before me. Like I say, if this light was, the sensors were tuned properly, it would let me go first. So like I said, after these vehicles clear, I'm going to lay the bike over on its side, which will have oncoming vehicles. So actually, I'm going to try this at the left turning section of this light. Just have a look here at these vehicles pulling up, you'll see the light change. So about 5 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to make a U-turn here. This is no traffic. I know this car here probably wonders what I'm doing, but anyways, that's beside the point. I'm going to pull it to the side and see if I can get it changed by laying the bike over on its side. Let these two cars clear right quick. Excuse the video being pretty long, but this is what it's like when you go to test traffic lights on a bicycle. I'm going to lean the bike over just a hair. Which, as you see, it still did not work. Here comes some vehicles, watch the light change. Well, this dude here decided to run the light. He still tripped the signal though. Good thing with the cop ran, because he could have got in trouble for that. The next portion of this video, you'll see me try a neodymium magnet to see if that makes the light change. Okay, so the light didn't change. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place a neodymium magnet here on the sensor. Let's see if they'll even allow it to change. So this particular light is very insensitive. Otherwise it would detect my aluminum road bike. Here comes some cars. You're going to see the light change. Once this light begins to change, I'm going to pick up my magnet and see if this works. As you saw, the magnet did not work. So it comes to show that videos such as one from Kip K are not true. The neodymium magnet was placed directly on top of the inductive loop detector. And if the magnet trick would have worked, it would have caused that light to change. So, when you end up being stuck at a light that won't change for you on a bicycle, and your bicycle has metal wheels, the best thing to do is report the signal to a local DOT. Okay, now I'm at a different traffic signal. And this particular light, the sensors are not paved over, which at the last light I tested, they were, but I could still see a visual of where they were located. Well, this intersection is Highway 115 and McCord Road in this parking lot, which is located in Huntersville, North Carolina. And so I'm able to give you a close visual of what these sensors look like. If you look at the bottom of your screen, you can kind of see the reflection of the tar that seals them over. This is what's called a quadrupole sensor, and some lights have what's called dipole sensors, which are just simple loops, circle loops I could call it, and they don't do as good of a job. These quadrupole sensors allow for detection of small vehicles in the center of the lane, or near center of the lane. So what that means is a bicycle stops or a motorcycle stops and waits at the middle lane at a traffic signal, they'll still get detected. And these quadrupole sensors detect really well on the center saw cut, or center wire I should say. Now keep in mind, like you saw earlier, even when the control box, the amplifier is turned down too low, even sensors like this won't work well at detecting bicycles. I'll go ahead and demonstrate that even with this aluminum bicycle, this GMC Denali road bike, as long as the traffic signal detectors, I should say. Anyways, when the amplifier at the traffic signal box is properly tuned, these sensors will detect very small objects, even stuff as small as just a bicycle rim. But anyways, I'm going to show you that, when these sensors are properly tuned, this isn't much of a problem at all. Light's already changing.